Good morning, everyone. It's been a long time since the draft. It's been downtime, so, I don't want to just, I usually wait and pick my spots and waves through the year to do some content. But I'll talk about two quick things today, and I'm not going to stay on long. Number one, no matter what we talk about, there seems to always be a spark and a fire around Daniel Jones and the people in the Giants nation that, you have your supporters and you have the ones that don't believe in Jones right now. Look, this is where I stand. I haven't put my input in, but I'm going to briefly say this about Daniel Jones. I've seen flashes. He has the tools. He's a big, strong body. We all know he's a great kid. And when I say great kid, I'm talking about character. The man's in the building first. He's last to leave every single day, according to Dabo and Shane. He puts in hard work in the gym. He studies video. There's no doubt the man puts in a lot of work. There's no doubt he's trying hard. And he lacks in some places football-wise. So those are the guys that usually, common sense will tell you they'll put in the extra hard work everywhere else to make up for it. He's got an arm. And we all know that here's the thing, over the years that he's been here, he has not had an O-line. Matter of fact, to make the case, he's had the worst O-line. And last year, I wouldn't even call that an NFL O-line. And he's taking a beating. You're talking about third system now in 4 years, but it's and we have reason to believe that this system could be the best one for him. These guys are probably going to be here for a while. Look, Daniel Jones now has a real O-line, man. Yeah, it's going to take a few weeks to gel. But compared to what we've had, this is a world of a difference. He's going to have a healthy Barkley, and I truly am 100% confident. I believe Barkley's set up for a big-time year. He's got a big O-line, and he's going to be used in the passing game plenty. You got speedy receivers like Tony and Robinson, and you got Golladay over the top. And the tight end we brought in looks like he's an all-around tight end for once. He can go out and make the catches, move the chains. He's also a big-time blocker, and he's very feisty. He brings some passion. We got a couple of guys now that are going to bring passion and anger to this O-line we haven't had in a while, okay? Thomas, Evan Neal, all right, this tight end. You know what? And I believe we got a little something in this Florida State running back. He looks very physical. He looks the part. I don't know how he went undrafted. But look, about Daniel Jones, man. This is it. There is going to be no more excuses. There's no injuries, no this, no that. He cannot miss 3 or 4 games this year. He cannot. You got to get at least 15 games out of him this year. You have to. All right, he has an O-line. To me, it's a strong O-line that's going to show it as the year goes on. He's going to have a run game. And he's got an offensive coordinator that is going to set up the system where he's able to get rid of the ball quickly. Most of all, I don't think you're going to see Jones run a lot. I think he's going to live in the pocket, which is where he belongs. And I think that's where you're going to see his best ability. Pocket, step up, throw the ball. And when you give him that, I believe Jones can be a really good quarterback. But there's no excuses. This is a show-me year for Jones. It's either it happens this year or it doesn't. Average is not going to get it done. Now, I'm not a big stats guy like a lot of guys out there. And he doesn't have to have 30 touchdowns and 4,000 yards. What he's got to do is he's got to be healthy. He's got to show that he's good enough to be the leader of this offense. And you got to give me meaningful football in week 17 and 18, whether you get into the playoffs or not. You got to give me games that matter. We're playing games to get in week 17 and week 18 with a sold-out stadium. And if Jones does all that, get us around the 500 mark, you know what? He shows you that he's headed in a direction up, then you know what? He had a good year to me. But he's got to step up this year, and it can't be another 5 or 6 win season. I don't care. The team has a D, the team has an O-line, and Barkley's, to me, is going to have a big year. You must show up and grow this year big time. And it's more in how you carry yourself on the field and winning some games. Not fantasy. I don't care for fantasy. Bottom line. Because next year's draft has 5 to 6 quarterbacks. And you know the Giants guys have their eyes on them. So this is put up or it's over time for Daniel Jones. So where I stand with Daniel Jones is I'm going to sit back. I'm going to give him this season. I'm not going to criticize him. I'm not throwing him out the door. I'm going to sit back, give him this whole season, and I'm going to see what he gives us. And obviously, as a Giant fan, I'm going to back him up. Another thing the Miz wanted to come on and say today. Where's all the haters across the country that were shitting on the New York Yankees as the Yankees light the entire league on fire? Let's talk about the Bronx Bombers, baby. The New York Yankees have won 13 straight games in the Bronx. Okay? Something that hasn't been done since the 70s. The New York Yankees are 46-16, destroying the league. Doesn't even tell you what they're doing. This team don't lose to anyone. The team's a beast. Judge didn't get paid. I believe the Yankees did the right thing and they pressed his buttons. He's having a historic season, 25 home runs on his way to 60-something. The MVP in his pocket. All right? They pressed his buttons. He showed up big time thus far, and he'll get paid somewhere at the end of the year. Where's all the haters out there that destroyed the Yankees? The Yankees are a beast of a machine right now. They are ripping through the whole major leagues, leaving a path of fire. Nobody wants to see them. Nobody wants to play them. And nobody wants to come to the Bronx. And there's not a team in the American League that's stopping the Yankees to rolling right into the World Series. And if there was, it was in the division. They've already destroyed Toronto and the Rays. And I'm sorry, the Boston Red Sox are average at best. And you know what I love the most? You know who it bothers the most? The little brother in town, the Met fan. The Met fan is destroyed inside because they came out this year. This is their year. They were going to run this league. They were set up for a big-time monster year, and they are having a good year, a real strong year. But 10.5 game lead has gone to 4. The Atlanta Braves, 14 in a row, are rolling like a train. Here they come. And as usual, the Mets can never get their aces on the mound. They get paid big money to sit down, fart on a chair, and eat popcorn. That's all they do. They never play. They never pitch in big games. They're never there throughout the season. Now, the Mets are going to make the playoffs. But it ain't good enough. You know what tears the Met fan up? That damn older brother. The Bronx Bombers. The freaking New York Yankees. No matter what the Mets do, the Yankees always shine and take the Broadway lights. Don't come to the Bronx Zoo. That's not a place you want to come to. The Yankees are on a one-way run to the World Series, and everybody knows it.